misspelled his name. For you, which is the best team for him to go next? From your experience and looking at his style of play, do you think he's ripe for the big team now, or he should go to a team where he can still command regular shirt?
I think immediately after the last season, he should have moved because he was at his best. And then Chelsea, Madrid,
Man United,
so many
big teams wanted him.
And at that time, recently he has been having some few knocks. Then he doesn't have any knocks. So if he had taken that steps, I think it would have been different from what we are seeing now. And the difference is, I can assure you, it would have been even better because he would have been playing with some other great players. And when you play with great players, you are also great. And the tendency of you progressing and improving will always be there because you are playing in the midst of super great players. So definitely you're great.
So is Osimhen has he lost that chance now, the way it is?
I don't think so. He has not, because he's still doing well. Though injury has slowed him down a little bit. Don't forget, he just won the African Player of the Year. So there is still a whole lot of
market value is still high.
The value is high, and of course, when your value is high, the expectation will also be high. So there is a whole lot of high expectation from him.
So he should do well in the Cup of Nations.
Definitely. So I just hope that the other players in the team will, help him to justify, the rating. Yes.
Okay, let's still looking at the foreign scene. One player, Jadon Sancho, will be moving to Dortmund back. And Man U will be paying some part of his loan deal. Do you think Sancho was right not apologizing to his coach? And the fact that Dortmund wants him back, would that make Sancho feel like he was right not apologizing to his coach, Ten Hag? Because that's where the issue started, the fact that he refused to apologize. And they kept him out of the team completely. And now he's returning back to Dortmund. And why would Dortmund take a player who has shown indiscipline in his former club?
Well, it's not a good one, Of course, for the fact that every player has to be disciplined, no matter what happened. But sometimes when you're active and you're doing well, a lot of things comes around. There are many things that surrounds your emotions then. So, but irrespective, I feel he should have just taken it easy and try to apologize by doing what is right. Because when he refused to do that, that has brought some kind of negative image to his name, And of course, everywhere he goes, people will always look at that. And to cover that, you have to play even far better, and that is with a lot of pressure. So for me, I am always in the area of encouraging every player, to maintain their disciplinary aspect of life.
Okay, all right. Looking at the story about Kylian Mbappe going to Madrid has come up again. Some seasons ago, it looked like he was destined to go to Real Madrid, but at the end, he changed his mind and stayed put in PSG. Now they say there will be a gentleman agreement between the player and Madrid. Do you see him actually going to Madrid? And is he going to make Madrid better? Because Jude Bellingham seemed to already have that magic wand for Real Madrid.
I don't see him. Going to Madrid. But I don't know. He has the opportunity 1 year ago, 2 years ago.
And he didn't go.
He didn't.
And the offer now is not as much as
So I have this belief that he's willing to, but there are other things. The contract that binds him to PSG also has a major role to play that would decide if he's to leave or not. And I think he's comfortable with the contract. I think
Is it because his family is also there too? Is that a strong factor?
I think they like him so much in that club. It's like the case of Messi when he was at his best in Barcelona. Nobody wants him to leave. Even though at some point he wanted to, but nobody wants him to leave. So I think it's the same for Mbappe. They like him. He's such a good player. And I don't know if they are thinking in their mind they can't get a player like him in the team, you know. So I think these are factors that have been holding him, you know. But I believe if he truly wants to, he will discuss, you know, his future with the management, the director, and they will have a better understanding. And for the club, I think it's the right time for them to let him, if they want to really put money on him.
But the PSG, do you think they have any? They don't have any star player that's who would step into his shoes? Because if they want to let him go, they will need to replace him. Is there someone that can replace him as currently stands there?
It's difficult to say, but you know, one thing is there will always be a replacement. You know, the player might not be up to his status at the moment, but you know, in Europe, if you're good in 1 or 2 years, you play regularly and you're doing well, then you'll be discovered. It's like Bellingham. 2-3 years ago, how many people know that he's going to be
like this? True.
You know? So there will always be great. There will always be some great players, upcoming ones. You know, but somebody has to move before they get noticed as well.
Yeah. Okay, let's end our conversation this morning. Returning back to the Super Eagles. What will be your last words for the team as they get ready? We were expecting, reports told us they will be coming back to Nigeria before they fly back to Cote d'Ivoire.
They are already in Nigeria. They had, sorry to cut you, they had a dinner yesterday with the governor. I think today they might be leaving
to Cote d'Ivoire.
To Cote d'Ivoire.
How would the mood be right now? Now that, okay, the die is cast, they know they're heading to Cote d'Ivoire and there's no way back.
Yeah, I think they will be in high spirit, you know, now, knowing fully well that Nigerians are behind them. You know, they've seen that through the dinner. Yeah. There has been a lot of speech from different stakeholders, and strong personalities, and a lot of motivations ahead for them. So I think it's a good one, you know, and I believe they are going there now with another kind of spirit, knowing fully well that Nigerians are expecting a whole lot from them, their family, their clubs, even themselves. So I believe they are in a very great spirit, and I am hoping and believing that they will do us proud.
All right, so we are hoping really strong that the Super Eagles will do us proud. That's the words of Femi Ajilore, ex-Super Eagles Under-23 national team player, joining us in the studios live. I want to say thank you very much for making the program amazing today. Nice to have you. And we hope in the course of the Nations Cup, one of the matches, when the Super Eagles are in action, you join us so that we can x-ray the performance of the Super Eagles.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Of course, it will always be an honor to come around and talk a little bit about our darling Eagles. Yeah.
All right, so now you've heard from him. Hopefully, in the course of the African Cup of Nations, he will be here to join us x-ray and watch the Super Eagles in action. And we hope the Eagles, the Super Eagles, will be super every time they come out wearing that green, white, green jersey to make us proud. And if possible, lift that trophy for the sake of the 200 million Nigerians that will be backing them all the way in Cote d'Ivoire. And with this, we want to say, land safely, Super Eagles, and go there and pick the trophy. That's all we want. That's how we can say wrap on Talk Sports on today's edition. My name is Anthony Momodu, the King of Sports.